Your social security number, your 9-digit number, is as unique as your fingerprint. And I'm going to share with you what that means so you can better understand it. But before we get there, subscribe to our channel. I got plenty of good, timely, relevant information for you on retirement and Social Security. Hit the notifications bell so you can be alerted to when we post those new videos. So I've spent a lot of time on this channel talking about Social Security and the benefits and how to go after it, because as a part of an overall retirement plan, and that's what we do, retirement planning, Social Security is huge. And I don't want you to miss out on tens of thousands of dollars of benefits. More importantly, I think our industry has done a lousy job of educating you. Let me give you a story. I recently talked to a friend, not a client, just a friend. He's a doctor out of the West Coast, and he retired a number of years ago. He works with an advisor, and he took his Social Security benefit at his full retirement age when he went to retire. His wife is several years younger than he is, and he's been retired now for about 7 or 8 years. And when we were talking just casually, we mentioned the retirement and Social Security, and I said, so your wife is taking her spousal benefit, right? And he said, what? I said, your wife is taking her spousal benefit. He said, I don't know what you're talking about. She's not eligible for that. I said, of course she is. You are now getting your full work record from your full retirement age. She's over the age of 62 now. And if she wants to, she can get her spousal benefit off of your benefit. And he just looked at me like, really? My advisor never told me that. Well, fortunately, he went back to the Social Security Administration, got much of the money that he was supposed to get, not all of it, because they did go back into the records and get him some back pay, but there should have been counseling him on this, not just managing money. And we need to be broadening our counsel to you to go well beyond just investments and to talk to you more about all of the variables associated with putting together a retirement plan that can provide you with the confidence that you're getting all you're supposed to get. One more thing before I get into this 9-digit number that I think it's important, and it relates to what I just said, and the fact that you are not highly educated in this arena, Social Security, even though you may be highly educated, like my doctor friend. United Income did a study a couple years ago that indicated that 96% of people take Social Security at the wrong time. They say that most people should probably take it closing in on age 70, but 43% should be taking it before 70. Do you know if you're maximizing your Social Security benefit? Again, this all comes back to educating you properly and making sure that you don't leave money on the table. A part of that is preparing properly for retirement. If you want to go to our banner, just invest 2 minutes into yourself and fill out the quiz. I'll score it for you. I'll tell you which of the 3 stages of retirement preparedness you are in. I will get you the first chapter of my new book, Don't Outlive Your Money in Retirement, and also a couple of worksheets to provide you with a little bit more clarity. We have one entire chapter in our book devoted just to Social Security. So let's get into it, okay? What does your number mean? What does it represent? How did it come to be? And what might it mean for the future? Now, as you can see here, this is a typical Social Security card. And there are actually, for all of us, 3 different sets of numbers that we need to be taking a look at. I'll give you a little bit of history on all of them. The first one is called the area number. The second 2 numbers are called the group number. And the third is called the serial number. So let's get into this, okay? So obviously going back to 1935 when Social Security was first initiated, right? When it was founded, there were no computers, right? So this is how they thought about doing this. Initially it was, what office is assigning you your number? Which Social Security Administration office? And each of those offices had numbers, and those are your first three numbers. Okay, that's how it first started. The Social Security Administration office that assigned your number. Then in 1973, for some reason, it was then moved to the Baltimore facility where all the numbers were generated at that time from there. And during that time, after that, it was then pretty much associated with your zip codes. But starting in 2011, believe it or not, those first three numbers are just a random set of numbers. Now, the second group of numbers, those two middle ones, we call the group number. Again, think about this for a moment. Going back to the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, what's a computer, right? So this was in essence a way for Social Security to systematize how they could find your number in terms of the filing cabinet that number was going to be housed in. What's a filing cabinet anymore? All we know is the cloud, but all they knew was the filing cabinet. So those middle two numbers were associated with the filing cabinet that they could find your number. The last four numbers are the serial numbers, and these, since the beginning, are your unique fingerprint, if you will. They're random numbers that are just associated with you, because if you think about it, somebody could have been assigned from the same office early, right? They could have had the same filing cabinet number, but the last four were really the things that distinguished your number from anyone else's. Now, since 2011, all numbers are completely random. So what does that mean for the future? So there are about 1 billion different combinations that can be provided. And to date, over history, there are about 453 million different combinations that have been used. And given that there's about 5 to 5.5 million that are initiated each year, we still have a long way to go before we get to that 1 billion number. If you're interested in more items with regards to Social Security, certainly check out our playlist.